Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I am, along with my wife, truly humbled to be here. And I say this many times, but I truly mean it in this august group. After hearing the introductions, I'm kind of the accidental secretary, as we say, because I was the second candidate. And someone told me, they said, Richard, when you find yourself in your first politically appointed position, there's two things that you should not do. Do not read your own news, and never read the comment section underneath your news. So, of course, I got nominated by the president, and what did I do? I read the headlines, read the story, and then went right down to the first comment, and someone said, what the hell does a guy from Wyoming know about the Navy? But it's great to be here, and I'm going to follow Rob's modus operandi, and I have to share a story with you. And my Air Force friends, bear with me, because I shared this with your secretary, Heather Wilson, and she said it was okay to repeat because it was a true story. A very dear friend of mine from Atlanta, a lawyer down there for many years, told me that he was an Air Force ROTC participant at the University of Colorado in Boulder in the mid-1970s. And for their instructor, they had an 18-year major, F-104 Thud pilot, so you can frame the attitude here, smoking his Lucky Strikes, and his clock had each year until he graduated on it and retired out. And little Bill Holly had a lot of energy, and he was a great optimist. And they're finishing up on a Friday drill session in the classroom, and the major's smoking his Lucky Strikes, and he said, okay, gents, he goes, drill's over, any questions? And Bill Holly's in the background, just waving his hand. He goes, Holly. Holly goes, sir. He goes, as I look around the campus, I see the Army drilling, Pershing rifles, detailed drill. I see the Navy out there drilling, marching. I see the Marine options out there marching with fine attention. How come we don't drill and march? The major takes a big, long drag off his Lucky Strike and puts it out in the ashtray and says, Holly, you're in the Air Force. If you're marching, you've been captured. But I use a little humor because humor is the lubricant that helps us get through the sharp edges of life. And I would like us all to stop for a moment, because to add to the list that was already presented today, 2 days ago, the Marine Corps lost 7, found 1 in an accident 200 miles south of Iwakuni, Japan, in the middle of the night on a refueling mission. So if we could keep them in our thoughts and prayers, that would be terrific. Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and it truly is. And I said I'm humbled, and I am. To be in the likes of people around here fills my heart in many ways for what you're doing and the mission at hand. Generals McChrystal, Linnington, thank you for your service to our country, and thank you both for what you continue to do to serve our country. Ryan, Tom, Amy, Heather, we all just got to meet, but thank you for everything that you do. It's a debt that we will try to repay as a nation, but know that we're trying. To all the veterans, first responders, family, Gold Star families, thank you for your sacrifice, but thank you for being here tonight. When I had this venue explained to me, I was very impressed. They said we could grow this beyond 400, but the intimate setting makes it work, and I totally understand what you all mean. You're getting a pinch hitter here because I wasn't the first choice, I don't think. I got a phone call, and one of the great things about being Secretary of the Navy is you have some great relationships, and I have a relationship with the most powerful man in the White House, John Kelly. And John Kelly called up, and he said in that very baronial South Boston accented voice, Spence, can you pinch hit and go down and help me out? And I said, aye, aye. I saluted swiftly and marched out the door and hung up the phone, and I truly am glad to be here. But what I'm most impressed with was when I look around this room and see how you are all charged. You understand, all of you, more than anyone because of your association with this organization, the character, the dedication, the embodiment of the men and women who wear the uniforms of our services. If not me, then who? Lieutenant Manion's questions echoes to this day, not just from the battlefield, though, folks. It echoes from the eyes of kids looking for guidance. It echoes from a community ravaged by disaster looking how to repair. It echoes from the volunteer fire department down the street, the elementary school up the road, and the neighbor in distress next door. It's a question that echoes in the book of Isaiah, as you know, chapter 6, verse 8. Whom shall I send? Who shall go for us? The American people continue to ask the same question. And it amazes me when I go out onto the deck plates and the fields for the Marines and the Navy sailors that we still get an amazing cadre and corps of people who stand up and say, it's me. Here I am. Send me. We know who answered the call to serve overseas, so it's no surprise when those same men and women answer the call to serve at home. And God knows we need them and we need the character. And it's our responsibility, our charge, to make sure they have the tools to succeed and thrive in their ventures. At the Department of the Navy, we're committed to helping separating our retired sailors and Marines in various programs such as Transition GPS and GPS. Since I'm a civilian, I don't know all the acronyms, and I'm the guy who goes, stop, what does that mean? GPS stands for Goals, Plans, and Success, which is the key output. And it's not just making smart career decisions and education decisions and decisions about money. Those are all critical, but it's about opening a path forward. Continued service and success in what everyone does after they take the uniform off. This doesn't just benefit the warrior, ladies and gentlemen. This benefits our country. We're a combination of one person leaving, one calling, going into another calling with support. 1 + 1 = 3. It's an honor to join you tonight. I'm flattered. Thank you for everything you're doing, and on behalf of the Navy Marine Corps team, may God bless everybody in uniform, not only our services, but our first responders. God bless this great country, and God help us beat Army tomorrow.